Hi, welcome to this class where you're gonna learn how to say you're gonna learn about greetings in Spanish. Well, greetings in Spanish are pretty much alike many other languages, including English. So in that way it's gonna be easy for you. Usually people will always say they're fine even if they're not very well. Okay. But the most important thing that we have to pay attention to in Spanish is that there are formal and informal way to for greetings, and also gender for some expressions like masculine and feminine gender. Formal formal phrases are used with strangers in places or situations that are naturally formal, like for example government bodies, clients, and with older people, for example. But sometimes people will tell you that you don't have to be formal. No, if someone tells you that it's not necessary to be formal, well, you can talk then in an informal way. Okay, so let's get into it. Let's start with the first one, that is bienvenido o bienvenida, which means welcome. The next one is, and the most common, is hola, hola, which means hi or hello. The next one is buenas tardes, which means good afternoon. But it's important for you to know that if you're, for example, coming to visit Mexico, it's very common just say buenas, buenas. With that is enough, and people can understand that you are greeting someone actually. So buenas in Mexico, it's a way to say uh, hi or hello also. Also, for example, if you want to buy something in a convenience store, it's very common to say buenas, and that it's a way to say hello. Okay. The next one is ¿cómo estás? ¿Cómo estás? Which means how are you? Another way to ask how are you in Spanish is ¿qué pasa? ¿Qué onda? Which means what's up. Those are very common and are very informal, and another there's another one even more informal, that is Cubo. Cubo. Actually, that's que hubo, but it's very common and informal with friends and family members in Spanish, and it's a way to say what's up or how are you. Okay, it's a question that you ask uh, to know more about what how's everything going in someone's life. Okay, to answer these questions, you can say muy bien, which means very well. Or instead, if you're not very well, you can say como siempre, como siempre, which means as usual. Or instead, you can also say regular, ahí voy, o ahí la llevo, which means that more or less. Or you can even say no muy bien or más o menos, which means not very well or more or less. A very common phrase that you can use in a conversation can be no te preocupes, or In the formal way, you can say no se preocupe, which means don't worry. If you want to introduce yourself, you can say me llamo Paula. ¿Y tú? Or in the formal way, you can say me llamo Paula. Use that, which actually means my name is Paula. And you? If you want to show that you're pleased to meet them, you can say encantado de conocerte o encantada de conocerte. And in the formal way, you can say encantado o encantada de conocerle. Encantada de conocerle, which means nice to meet you. Or instead, you can say es un placer conocerte. Es un placer conocerte o es un placer conocerle in the formal way, which means pleased to meet you. A very common answer you must use is igualmente, igualmente, which means likewise. And if you want to know more about the person you're talking to, you can ask ¿de dónde eres? ¿De dónde eres? O ¿de dónde es usted? ¿De dónde es usted? In the formal way, which means where are you from? And if someone is asking you this, you can answer in this way. Soy americana. Soy argentina, which means I'm American. I'm England. Okay. If you're running out of time and you have to go, you can say tengo que irme o me tengo que ir, which means I have to leave. And other phrases that you can use to say goodbye, apart from bye or goodbye, you can say nos vemos, which means see you. Or instead, hasta pronto, which means see you soon. Nowadays, it's very common in Spanish, especially in Mexico, um, say bye or goodbye, so you can use that one instead. And it sounds very natural, actually. Okay, so now you know the most important um, and most common greetings and phrases that for conversations that you can use in the Spanish language. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.